Hey everybody, this is Darren Sabedra, Bay Area News Group. Mike Lefkow, you're at your home, it looks like. Mike, what have you been up to during stay-at-home orders?
Not much. I went for a walk this morning. Some days I walk my dogs.
Nice. And some days you go solo.
Internet.
Some days you go solo.
Solo for what?
On your walk.
Nah, someday, I never, it's no plan. Some days I take the dogs, some days I don't. Today I went by myself.
Right.
Went down to the baseball stadium, looked at the empty baseball stadium, and came back.
Nice, nice.
There was somebody actually working in there, just keeping it up.
Let's see, what is Lenovo telling us here? It's giving me an update. I don't want an update right now. I want to talk to you. I don't want Lenovo updates.
Yeah, I'm on a Dell, so it's no update right
now. Hey, Mike, spring sports. Obviously, it's been now more than a week since they were canceled. What are you going to miss most about spring, and who do you feel particularly bad for? I know everybody feels bad for the class of 2020, but are there any athletes that you were kind of hoping to see this spring that you will never, ever get to see again in a high school uniform?
Well, actually, the ones I was looking forward to was, see Kyle Harrison again from De La Salle.
Nicole May.
An infielder. I can't, I can't think of his name right now, but he's moved up on the Baseball America charts. Supposed to be a really good hitter. I don't know. They question his defense a little bit. Not sure where they would play him, but he's supposed to have a big time bat. Okay. And then I wouldn't mind seeing the kid from Archbishop Mitty. Supposed
York.
To be pretty good. Yeah, York. And there was one other kid in there too that is supposed to be pretty good. And dang, if I can't remember who it is. But there were three or four kids.
The Valley Christian guys who, they had a pretty special senior class that won't get a chance to win another CCS Open Division championship. So that's just too bad. Nicole May, when we talk about softball, we don't get to see Foothill do it.
Oh yeah, she's terrific.
Right. We started a survey Friday to football coaches throughout much of the Bay Area, and getting some responses back. One of the questions on there was, how confident do you feel that we'll have a football season this fall? And most are weighing in with because we gave them multiple choices: 100%, 75%, 50%, or below 50%, and most are weighing in at the 75% to 50% range. Does that surprise you?
No, the 75% does. I would say 50% at best.
Wow. Yeah. One of the other questions we added was,
well, before today, the governors of California, Oregon, and Washington are kind of working together on a plan to reopen stuff.
Okay. Good.
Go ahead and allow high school football in September.
Right. Well, what about pushing the season back? That was one of the questions on the survey, and majority of the responses to this point, we've given the coaches till Friday to submit. So most of the coaches who have already replied to us say they would be willing to start the season later and even do it during the winter. Obviously, that will impact basketball, wrestling, and probably soccer too. Do you have any initial thoughts on if CIF was left with no choice but to either cancel the football season or move football to the winter?
Well, I think it comes down to two things. It just you prioritize football as your best revenue sport. Do you prioritize that over all the others, Or do you say, well, I mean, it's not football. How much are you going to hurt basketball, wrestling, and soccer?
Right, right. One thing we discussed off camera was administratively. I mean, do you think schools are in position to have football and basketball? Not to say that this is going to happen, and I don't want to sound the alarm bells, but I mean, if we do get there, could you think schools could logistically have football and basketball in the same season?
They'd have to plan different days. I don't think you could.
You're breaking up there, Mike.
And I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do. Yeah, you've been breaking up too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what they could do. I mean, what do they do during the overlap in November and December? Well, of course, it's not till the end of November.
Yeah, most of the teams are done playing, and they're not playing on. They're not using the same facilities, so it's a little easier in December because I mean the sections are running the football games then or CIF, so it's not like the athletic directors have to run the whole show as they would during the regular season.
No, I think you would just have to play on different days. But then again, I mean, what do you do about soccer? You have to use a football field for soccer.
Very good point.
When do you play those? I mean, if you have basketball, say on Tuesday and Wednesday, football on Friday and Saturday, when do you play soccer on Monday and Wednesday?
Right. And if you
then what about wrestling?
And if you make an exception for football, then what are you going to do with girls volleyball in the fall, water polo in the fall, at least in the north? We have water polo in the fall. The south, I believe, does water polo, girls water polo in the winter. So, but would you move water polo to the winter? Would you, cross country, field hockey for, I think, a majority of the Central Coast section, or at least a good chunk of it. So a lot of things that the administrators have to monitor and have to consider as we move forward. And, hopefully they'll get an antibody and we'll be able to tell if we've got, any coronavirus in our system, and maybe we can, go out and not have to worry about getting this virus that continues to wreak havoc around the country and the world.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, the best case scenario, I'm just hoping school starts in September, and I think it's more important to get classes underway. And if you have to hold off on sports, you hold off on sports.
All right. Well, this is a test for us to see if our Zoom recording works. Hopefully it does. We're going to figure this out once we end the call. Anything else you want to add, Mike, before we wrap this up, as you're in your beautiful home and I'm here in the office, the home office at home?
You're at the home office.
I'm at home. I haven't been to the office since maybe the 1st of March. I mean, we were right in the middle of basketball when this all came to a head. So it's been a long time since I've been in an actual physical office.
Yeah, no, who knows when you'll be able to get back in there, or I'll get back into the Walnut Creek office.
Exactly. So anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
No, I'm just hoping that they can figure this out quickly and they can get some sort of fall season in. But my thought is that probably the first of the year is the best case scenario.
Well, I hope you're wrong. I hope we have fall sports. I'm saddened that we don't have winter or spring sports. I'm saddened that a lot of the summer activities are being canceled or postponed. We just found out that my daughter's junior Olympic water polo, which was supposed to be in the Bay Area this summer, has been moved to December. And for her age bracket, it's now in Irvine 2 days after Christmas.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. And even that's a little bit of a pipe dream because she's going to want to travel. I mean, right. Well, I suppose you can drive down to Irvine, but
Right. But still,
People are not going to want to fly. That's for sure.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to see how this recording worked out. Thanks for doing it, Mike, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
All righty. Bye.